Hello and welcome to the Leadership Blog. Today it's a beautiful sunny day here in Birmingham in the UK, and I've come out with a friend of mine, Lorraine, actually, who's filming today, just to chat a bit about your story. The question I want to ask you today is, what is your story? I really believe that as a leader, as an influencer, whether you're in business, whether you're in ministry, whether you are an entrepreneur or what have you, there is that your power and your passion can be released and realized when you appreciate your personal story. And what I mean by that, for me personally, my story is where I've found my connection, I've found my drive, my determination, my passion, almost clarity about who I am and what I stand for. And let me give you a little bit of it. When I was 16, I moved out of home. I didn't get with my parents, my mom at least at the time, and so I had to move out, got in trouble with the law and things of that nature. Got involved in a gang when I was 13. I was getting involved with drugs and things like that, and life was totally kind of upside down for me. So my dad was in jail for most of my teenage years. I didn't have the male kind of role model, kind of father figure type person there for me when I was going through my most difficult challenges as a teenager. And so kind of was dragged up, if you like, in one sense. Went through all kinds of mess, all kinds of different living accommodations and situations, trying to find my direction, trying to find who I was in life. So I struggled a lot. And then sort of about age 19, 20, got asked to go and serve some community service time, if you like, over at a place in Handsworth. Now me and a couple of other guys who were involved in gangs at the time were sent to this place, and we were asked to kind of clear out this huge building over in the top of Handsworth. And we're in there, we're doing what we do, you know, we're kind of still smoking and kind of hanging out at this time. And this old guy walks in, old Irish guy walks in and goes, "Right then, so which of you guys play football? Anyone want to run a football team for me from this building?" We were like, "Football, that's team, that's a long thing, forget that, that's long." And end of the day, I loved football at that time, and at the end of the day, I went back to him and said, "Hey, listen mate, John, his name is, I says, John, tell me more about the football team thing you were on about earlier." And John kind of said, "Well, listen mate, I'll give you the nets, I'll give you the kits, I'll give you the league fees, I'll even give you a minibus if you start a team from this building for me." I loved football, nothing else to do with my time. I said, "Alright then, go on, then I'll give it a go." So from that day I started a football team, St. Teresa's. My team was all Burger Bar. That was like the gang, probably still the gang in Birmingham at the time. And we ran the team basically for about 3 or 4 months. It was crazy. We had fights amongst our own team members, fights against other teams. We had 8 players, we had 9 players, some games. It was crazy. But that was my first leadership challenge. And the team folded, and I stayed with John. Now, John was a key person in my life. John showed me, he is still a community champion for me. But John showed me what apathy was. He made me realize that there's this thing called apathy that a lot of young people today are struggling with, are suffering with. That this sense of, when I ask my friends back then, you know, what's happening, what's going on, what's going on, they'd be like, nothing, or nothing's happening, or just there's no sense of inspiration. And this word called apathy. But John showed me that, gave me the inspiration to see that, you know what, I can make a difference. A lot of my friends, a lot of my relatives that I've grown up with had great potential. They could have been great footballers, great rappers, great business people, and at some time in their life they got sucked off into this life of drugs and crime and gangs and what have you. And so I realized that these young people simply just didn't have an awareness, really, mostly, of the opportunities that were available to them. And so I decided, yeah, you know what, I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to try and stand in the gap, if you like, for those people. Started an organisation called Team when I was 19. Together, everyone achieves more. A Team was basically a charitable kind of organisation. We put on talent shows and events all over the UK, at least 30 or 40, just giving young people an opportunity to express themselves and get recognised for their talents in whether it was drama, singing, dancing, you name it. And from that, a lot of the artists coming through that needed management, needed support in developing their talent. And so I started a record label, Higher Level Music, I started managing artists and developing artists for a long period of time, doing events and shows with these guys as they grew, and lots have gone on to much greater things now. People like Roxanne, we got Roxanne, Marika, and AJ, Decipher, and all kinds of all different artists from Birmingham. You know who you are. And then from that, I got headhunted for a job with Pato Banton as a music development officer, and just managing artists there, mentoring artists and musicians.